Like, are you guys thinking you're going to go for largemouth first or smallmouth?
Have fun, guys. I've been fishing since I was a kid. Since I was about 5 years old, I started fishing, and I had an uncle that was a pro staff in the tournament fishing, and it's something that I used to love watching fishing shows and watching tournaments on TV and that kind of thing. And so when I became an adult, I started tournament angling myself, and as I had kids, I put fishing rods in my kids' hands from the time that they could walk, sometimes before they could walk. And so it was just part of our lifestyle. We've always grown up fishing, and I took them into tournaments, when they were kids, into adult tournaments and stuff. And we've had a lot of fun with it. But one of the things that we had talked about was, when you guys get a little bit older, maybe we'll start a tournament club for kids. Wouldn't that be cool? A fishing club for kids. And so as the kids were getting older, and I still hadn't done it yet, and they started bugging me about it and asking me about it, saying, Dad, when are we going to start a tournament club for kids? Dad, you said we were going to do that. Are we going to do that? And so about 6 years ago, I guess 2018 was our first year, and I said, yeah, let's do it. Let's make it happen. There's only one way it's going to start, and it's if I just do it. So it was great. The first year we had 10 kids in the club, and the next year I think we had 16 or 18, and it's just, the club has just kept on growing. And to be quite honest with you, probably could have 40, 50 kids in our club. That's the unfortunate part of it, is we do have to turn lots of people away. And the only reason why is because we rely on volunteers to come out with their boats and their equipment and whatever to get the kids on the water. And we've got a ton of support from the community. We've got a lot of great coaches, and this club wouldn't be possible without them. But at the same time, if we had more, we'd have more kids. So we're always looking for, so if anybody ever wants to coach or anything, they can just get a hold of me, and we're always looking for coaches, because that means we can grow the club and have more kids. It's a pretty awesome experience for them. So there hasn't been many kids that have come to the club and then the next year say, no, we don't want to do that anymore, or we didn't like it. Pretty well everybody that we have, there's maybe been one or two, but for the most part, everybody that we have, once they're in, they're hooked, and they just follow us through.
It might not be a no, it's the next one up. It's just around the corner here.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking of, yeah.
Did you guys want to try that red dock first?
Yeah, sure. It's one dock, so it's okay.
I got into coaching because my son joined the club in 2019, and he was a late join. He was late in age, so he joined the club with one of his friends, and they've since graduated from the club. And we've seen so many positive attributes that the kids have learned from the club, including our own son, that I just want to continue and help out. So I have 29 feet of water at the back of the boat. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Historically, right up there, around that building that's down, has been pretty good. I think I've seen you fish there before. Straight ahead.
Like right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think come around the point.
In addition to just using their equipment, I mean, they're sharing their knowledge, their experience. They're teaching them how to fish. They're literally, every tournament is a lesson for these kids on how to fish more efficiently. And one of the things that we do is we mix everybody up so that we have our club's in two divisions. We have two divisions. We have a junior division, which is 10 to 14. And then we have the senior division, which is 15 to 18. And so the way our tournaments work is we take one kid from each division, we pair them up as a team and put them in a boat with a coach. So the kids for the first 4 tournaments, our first 4 tournaments are 4-hour tournaments, are on Tuesday nights. From 4:30 is when we blast off, and then they check in at 8:30 for weigh-in. And they fish as a team together. The coaches, they're allowed to pretty much do everything in the boat, other than they're not allowed to fish themselves. And like they can't cast for the kids and reel fish in for the kids, but we let them net them. We let them call fish for the kids, help them with figuring out which fish are bigger than others.
Just don't let them get near that trolling motor on spot lock.
You know what? I'm gonna take it off. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, either way, we got something for the camera. Right?
Yeah.
So maybe show your fish and talk about it's the wrong species of fish.
Yeah, so this one right here, that's a pike. They got real sharp teeth, so you don't want to stick your fingers in it. You might lose one. We're fishing for smallies currently. Largie would be nice too, but it just is the wrong species. You can't keep it.
Coaches aren't supposed to take them to spots. The kids, we teach them in our meeting, when we have our meetings, we teach them how to read maps. We teach them how to break down a lake on using a map by the contour lines and stuff like that, what different contours mean. We teach them about different types of structure. We teach them how to look for things when they're on the water that will help them find fish. And also, they're allowed to get knowledge from wherever they want. They can go pre-fish before the tournaments. They can ask their aunts, their uncles, their buddies. They can call coaches up and ask them whoever they want. They can ask them about the bodies of water, so that when they show up for tournament day, they should know, have a list of spots that they want to try. So with all that available, I just feel that, I don't want it to be a thing where the kids get into the boat and the coach says, okay, I got this great spot where I caught a 4-pounder, let's go there. Because that's not teaching the kids anything. It's cool and it's fun, but at the same time, then I don't want it to become a competition between the coaches. I want the kids to be out there learning how to do that stuff and have the coaches teach them.
Buddy? Yep. You should be throwing up here near this fish.
Yeah, like it's causing
a okay?
How to be a buddy game.
So, I think you just have to have some patience with some of the kids and just be a people person. We bring a lot of our own gear and we don't mind lending it to the kids, and they're always welcome to try something out. And we don't pick the fishing locations. The junior anglers have to pick that themselves, but we can just make suggestions of perhaps an angle of a cast or a different technique to use depending on the conditions.
Almost want
than
to
previously.
tie on a chug bug or something.
Yeah. Oh man, I love the chug bug.
Never used it before. I just got one
Really?
on the weekend.
The Lake Clear Classic, that's the chug bug. Topwater saved us. We were fishing drop shots and whatnot. Couldn't catch a bite.
They were sitting under the boat that whole tournament.
Yeah. But yeah, we couldn't get a bite on a drop shot or sink or anything, so we started throwing topwater. Thane was throwing
His popper.
Yeah, he's throwing a popper. That guy loves a popper. And I was throwing a chugger, and we had a good bag. We got second place with 17 something.
I threw a popper all day. I didn't put it down.
Yeah.
So what we do with the fish is when the anglers catch their fish, they go in these boxes called live wells. These fill with water, and the fish stay alive. We really promote fish care. with the junior anglers, and there's a 100% success rate with live release in these events. So if there happens to be a mishap, that fish will not be wasted. Someone could take it home and consume it, but the goal is catch and release. So they weigh in their best 3 fish, smallmouth or largemouth or a combination of, and after they're weighed, they're let go. Absolutely, like, not to mention just being outside and in the fresh air and in touch with nature. Obviously learning some skill sets with fishing is something, but they're learning how to cooperate with one another. They're learning how to connect with strangers in a confined environment in a boat. Good communication skills, some planning. They're learning some coping skills when they're not catching fish and building on some resiliency.
We always gotta check the line after we catch a pike because you can spray your line and whatnot. So if you don't,
We've seen kids take a lot of skill sets from the club and apply it to life and go on and work. We have one graduating student who went off to university, and that university had to have a fishing team for that student to join. So, and he's still connected with the club. We've seen a lot of graduates from the club that come back and now coach. So it's very sustainable.
yeah, I was gonna say, you want to try around the bend there?
Yeah, we might as well. Yeah. We messed around with this spot a little too long.
Yeah. I'm almost 2 hours in with not a fish in the boat. I think it's time we start slamming them.
I'm gonna have to go to Largy City eventually.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So they're thinking about the weather conditions that week. They're thinking about perhaps a pattern that the fish may be on, if it's been cold all week or if it's been hot and sunny, and if they're looking for fish under docks like the boys are doing now. They're communicating with one another. If they haven't been out in the water, they're looking at maps, they're looking online. You can find some contour maps of lakes and look at different depths. They're looking for structure. So again, that communication piece is very viable prior to coming on. They're also getting their lines ready. As you can see, they've brought a lot of rods and reels with them today and a lot of equipment. And that's technique specific stuff.